Hello everybody, and welcome back to Moonlight Castle. We are still with Ryan and Patrice. These are our boys, I guess. They just, well, I guess like maybe I'm expecting Ryan to cling to us always. You know, this bear won't leave us alone, but he's fine. He's cute. He's cute as a friend. I just don't think he's a very dateable lad. The Tigor, on the other hand, the Tigor. Man, this man's for dating, all right. Like, I glared at Patrice as he walked through the hallway. Is this also your idea? If we were alone, I wouldn't have minded much, but having weird looks from the students we crossed paths with was shameful. I mean, you are just being dragged along, aren't you? Nah, I like being straightforward about it. Ryan, I'm going to get mad now. Drop me. The bear froze. It turned me around to get a closer look at my very irritated face, and with an apologetic look, settled me down. Sorry. I wanted to get mad. He deserved to hear me out, but I just couldn't. He was giving sad puppy eyes. I sighed, growing frustrated by that pitiful display of his. We're discussing this in the car. I immediately shut down his attempt of sweet-talking me into it. No, this doesn't mean I'm coming yet. Fine. What has gotten into you? You've never done anything like this before. You know that I don't appreciate it in public. People get the wrong idea. I keep grumbling and complaining to myself with a subtle volume, loud enough to get through his deaf ear. It looks like we're still going, though. That afternoon class? Gone! Don't even need it. This continued all the way to the car while I ultimately ran out of things to say in oxygen. Oh, you guys are still hiding it. That explains a few things. You didn't know? I took turns and alternated and appalled a look to both. Okay, mostly Ryan. You didn't tell him? My bad. Gym time? Patrice snorted from the back seat, and I facepalmed so hard. Why are you like this? It was a question. You don't need to be like that. No, it's not. You're just trying to save face right now. Patrice's laughter grew louder and louder, to the point we couldn't ignore anymore. You two are something else. Seeing his smile was all it took to calm me down, and forget all the stupid things Ryan did. How are you feeling now? How are you feeling now? Sorry. I'm better. Look, no shaking. Patrice placed his hand forward and showed him, and in that moment, I began questioning Ryan's motive. Was he trying to make him laugh the entire time? I couldn't fully believe that one. I'm more inclined to think he realized it while happening. So, what's the plan? You two decide to tell me finally? I named it Operation Smuggling Joel with my master key. We're terrible at naming things. Rude. You understood the plan already. Won't you get in trouble if we're caught? Dude, I've been working in this place for years now. I know what I'm doing. When Ryan tells me that, it's a red flag. And just to let you know. The solution was to stop saying it. Yep, now shit happens without warning. You're going to make me cry. Yeah, don't do that. Ryan is a key factor to our plan. He is going to prove you wrong. The more we talk, the scarier this gets. You'll see. We got this. This is going to become my new embarrassing moment to randomly remember under the shower and cringe. Now that we were standing outside, I was getting anxious. I wasn't as serious as breaking the law, but it wasn't, yes. Joe, look at me. If you walk in with a face like that, everyone's gonna stare at you. You need to act casual. That's how people get away with it. Be confident. You gotta follow me. That's it. I'll keep the receptionist busy and join you later after I change. Ryan's wide enough for you to basically become invisible. How can you two be so easygoing about this? It's gonna be fun. Trust me. It will be good for you to see what we do here. Experience! Exactly. Operation Smuggling Joel starts now. Joel, you know. Ryan walks in first, and the moment he and the receptionist began talking, we made our move. I was told to let Patrice step inside first, and then go after the door would close. I couldn't believe I allowed them to talk me into doing something so stupid and unnecessary. I should have started my free membership and skipped this ordeal entirely. Patrice unlocked the gate and with his card twice, yes, and nobody saw anything. We were on the other side, and that's it. I officially became a criminal. That works all the time. You mean you've done this before? Oi, take a deep breath. It's over already. Come, I'll show you around. It was a single room filled with the standard gym equipment, a couple of each type. There was signs on the walls reminding people of not using the same tool for too long. Yeah, I like it here. It's kind of cozy. It does give that vibe. Thank God there aren't many people around. Of course not. It's lunchtime. He walked to the side, towards a small shelf hidden in the corner, and called my name a few times to get me closer. That's what it says. Want to see Ryan's exercise plan? The moment I heard his question, I contextualized what those papers meant, and instinctively nodded. Wow, that's a lot. He is very energetic, isn't he? You should increase the workload. Huh? Don't mind me. It was a joke, but it didn't land the way I wanted. Shit, I feel so dumb right now. Bad! Get your ass over here! I need help lifting this. On my way. I leaned against the wall and watched them talk, laughing, making jokes with subcontext I didn't understand. They looked close. I began fiddling with myself, tapping on the ground, crossing my arms just to give myself a better distraction. The more I stared, the more uncomfortable I felt deep down. I knew what it was. I wanted what they had. I wanted to be in his place right now. Patrice was obviously not taking the opportunity to be closer than he should have been, and I hated it. It eventually dawned on me that I wasn't mad at him for being a pervert. I was mad that he wasn't doing it to me. What the fuck am I thinking? Oh, that's a t-shirt. Okay. I know. I don't know. You tell me. Oh, hey, you're back. Yup. I'm here and I'm pumped. I saw your gym program. Do you consistently keep that speed? Today I feel like going higher. Ryan dragged me closer to his treadmill so that we could talk during his workout. I would nod, giggle a few times, but no matter what, I'd always go back to Patrice. Seeing him there, spending time with someone else, was souring my mood. It was his job. Why can't I just let it go? 'Cause you want to hang out with the Tigor. Waiting for him to come back? He was the reason why I'm here in the first place.
True.
Does he do that all the time?
What exactly?
It was embarrassing to say. Just thinking about it felt so wrong. Ryan has to be clueless all the time. Well, you know, the way he gives the look he gives to his clients. Is that something he does often? You guys even mentioned touching once. I wondered if he ever...
Nah, he was tipsy that day and fucked up. He thought that was someone he'd been flirting with. It's mostly perverted looks at the boys. It gets ignored only because they're not women.
I don't know how to feel about that.
We don't care. We're just his friends. This isn't our program, right?
It felt odd coming from him. Ryan wouldn't let that stop him either. Are you mad at Patrice?
Where's this coming from?
Yeah, maybe that was too much. I was trying to figure out why Ryan, of all people, told me he doesn't care.
It's not that. Maybe you're not that far off.
I knew it. What did he do?
He's coming back. I'll tell you some other time.
Guys, I'm so sorry. The bastard didn't want to let me go. I'm sure you didn't mind.
I wish I could tell you that, what I'm thinking.
I rolled my eyes, getting more frustrated. My negative emotions were leaking after being neglected by me bottling them up and Patrice. Just don't. I'm not interested. Patrice picked up on it and glanced at Ryan, believing that maybe we had an argument.
What's that? Is it Joel's plan?
Mine? Oh yeah. Do you mind telling me if you've got some preferences? He eagerly turned the paper around and pointed at all of the things he marked as easy. That's so sudden. I haven't given it much thought yet. I'm not ready for this. I took a step back, overwhelmed by the way things escalated again.
We're going to make it simple. You're looking at Ryan's and panicking. You don't do that.
Fine. Let me circle the ones I'm okay doing.
You're okay with Lifton? Really?
I couldn't help myself from blushing when he had such a positive reaction. You said it's easy and you'd help me, so... My voice lowered in itself until it became a whisper, but I believed he got what I was saying.
Yes, sir, that's my job.
And then he winked at me with his usual perverted spark.
But for you, I'll be sure to pay more attention.
Ryan coughed loudly just to remind us that he was in ear range. I guess I could give this a chance.
Yes, that's the answer I wanted to hear. It's gonna be fun having you around. Dylan shuts down everything I say.
Now that you mention it, you did say Dylan comes here as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't really text me in advance, so meeting up with him ends up being a coincidence. I'm gonna go wash my face in the changing room. Come with me for a bit. I need to lift weights too soon. Don't be long. Nah, I just wanna get that guy smell off of me.
Patrice walked to the nearest sink and, after letting the water run for a bit, splashed his face a couple of times.
That guy stinks.
You don't like it? He gurgled some water and spat back into the sink.
Dude, you may not have noticed, but sometimes I hold my breath when I'm too close.
I sat down on a nearby bench next to the lockers and waited for him to finish.
He does have a good ass, though. That's all he has going on for himself.
He laughed out loud, cupping his hands together.
I see.
Patrice smiled at me and slowly made his way over. Were you worried? That's cute. He stood right in front of me as I watched him from below. Was I supposed to be worried? I'll tell you a secret. What I just told you is not completely true. I do like certain smells, if you get what I'm saying. The way he worded it, the look in his eyes made me feel something different from the usual flustered reaction my body has, but on the outside, it looked the same. I was growing red and embarrassed, struggling to keep my eyes on him. And of all people, there's someone in particular I'd like to check. Patrice was towering over me, using the wall to lean forward and closing the distance between us. At that point, my heart began racing, absolutely crazy fast. I could feel it echoing through my entire body, and I was left with no space left to run away. Because my guts are telling me that his will be my favorite. He grabbed my chin and gently lifted me up so that I could give in and look at him. What is this? What is happening? Should I let him do that? Is this wrong or right? Stop! No, please don't! I yelled, freezing Patrice in place. My eyes began tearing up, and seeing those tears made their way down my face freaked him out too, taking one big step away from me. Shit! Did I misread the signs? Oh god! What is wrong with you? I stood up, scrambled to get my face to somewhat look normal. Hard to say nowadays what normal was, and ran off. Wait, don't leave! It was a misunderstanding! Let's talk it out for a moment! He tried his best to get me to calm down, but I just couldn't. I was too messed up, too confused. My feelings were being thrown inside my stomach, spinning around like a washing machine. I jumped over the gate. People heard the commotion and eventually noticed that I snuck inside. Patrice stopped chasing me, and I eventually earned that silence I wanted so much. I don't know what happened behind me. I hurried away, ignored him, his problems, and everything else. I just wanted to go home and lock myself away for a while, like I always do. But the Tigor, man. Wow, he really did go all the way home, didn't he? I couldn't think about anything. I just ran. I ran all the way back home without looking back. My body wasn't built to do something like that. I could feel my heart going wild in my chest, and from what I just witnessed, that didn't just include my fatigue. I dragged myself toward my bed and collapsed in it, and dropping on top like a sack of potatoes. It bounced ever so slightly as my body touched its soft surface, until the bed settled under my weight. This was so bad, and not even my hat could save me. I couldn't escape from the humiliation I had inflicted on myself. I could have done anything else at that moment, literally anything, but I just had to take the worst possible option. He was there, giving me such a kind yet lustful look that my mind exploded. I didn't know what to do. I freaked out. My mind flashed back to certain moments throughout my life, and I thought of that harsh reality we lived in, the one I was afraid to fight. I wanted to give up on those feelings, didn't I? I wanted to be normal. I wanted anyone looking at me like I'm a freak. I didn't want anyone, that's what that says. But my body never agreed with that. My heart didn't like that choice either. So, what was I supposed to do? Lose everything to gain one thing in return? What kind of fucked up trade was that? I just needed to say no. I just needed to be polite and move on. I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want to cause trouble for him. I was supposed to help him. Now, I wouldn't even be able to look him in the eyes without thinking about my embarrassing behavior. My phone buzzed, a short one. Most likely someone messaging me. The idea that it could have been him terrified me. I didn't want to look. I was scared of knowing what he thought of me. I reached out for my pillow and smashed my head into it, straining a distressed scream through its texture. I would send him an apology soon. That was the least I could do. I turned my head to the phone, but I refused to grab it. I just stared at it, unable to see what Patrice had texted me. Maybe later. I decided to take a short nap to give myself time to process these feelings. I was obviously overwhelmed, no matter how hard I tried hiding it. All right, everyone. I'm going to end the part here. So I do hope you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around.